Hey guys, back at it with another roulette strategy to put against a survival test. This test was created in a longer format to highlight the potential pros and cons of a strategy, weeding out the good ones from the bad ones. Then as a community, we modify and refine the good ones to make them even better. If it survives that process, we can then program it into the new VIPERSTRATEGIES software on my other channel. Link to the channel will be in the description below if that's something that interests you. On this test, every strategy will get a fair shake at 90 spins. That equates to about an hour and a half of live playing time in the casino. So there will not be a time limit. We are going to play out all 90 spins or until the system fails. All results are unedited. All videos are posted, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Every system will receive a grade on performance that's posted at the end of each video. And if you are new to the channel and want to join us on the quest to finding the best, subscribe now and hit that notification bell to stay up to date, because it won't hurt you none, but it might help you some. Okay guys, so we got another one sent in by a subscriber. This is coming from Joe Stewart. He said this was shown on the CEG channel and it's called Walking the Streets. I liked it when I first seen it. It was a Fibonacci betting sequence using 15 numbers with 5 single streets, so I was kind of intrigued that way. It was also shown on that other channel, which I also seen a lot of their videos, and I like them. They use a real wheel. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump into today's video, and we will start the test, and I'll explain everything as we go. So we are going to start on the left side. Let's just start with the low numbers, and we are going to just pick the first 5 single streets. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total bet is 5 at this point. Let's go ahead and spin. This is spin number 1. And we got a miss. Okay, so on misses, that's where we're going to increase accordingly to the Fibonacci sequence. So Fibonacci starts 1, 1, so we're going to keep our bet at 1 for the next spin. So this is spin number 2. All right, we got another loss. So we're going to treat every bet. So we're going to rebet. We got back-to-back losses. We're going to treat every single bet placement as increasing in the Fibonacci sequence. So now we are going $2 each on each bet. So now we got a total bet of 10 bucks. And we started off a little rough, but it's still early. And look at that. A 1 pops up, and let's see what that put us. We are at +4. We're going to go ahead and keep track of our session profit. He says any win, you reset back to base. All right, so we're going to reset. And let's go ahead and keep it over here. I'll switch it. I'll switch it to the other side. But right now, let's keep it over here for now. And we restart the sequence. So we're base level at $1 each of the 5 streets. Remember, this is called Walking the Streets. You'll understand as we progress in the system. We lost there. We're going to hold our bet here at 1. Okay, we got another loss, so we are going to increase each of those bets. $2 on each of the single streets. Total bet is 10 bucks. Keeping in mind, our high was at $4. And those high numbers keep hitting, and that is not helping. So on a loss, now we're going to the next part of the sequence, which is $3. And remember, that's each street. And there's another loss with a 26 black. So we're going to simply rebet, and we are going to go to the next level in the sequence, which is 5 bucks on each of the streets. So if we get a hit right here, should pay out pretty good. Currently -31. This is a $500 bankroll, and he says that he shoots for $50 in profit. All right, so we lost again. So we were at $5 on each spot. We are bumping it up to 8 bucks per street. Make sure I put that in right. Yep, total bet 5 times 8 is 40. Spin 10. I think that last one was spin 10 actually. Sorry. May have lost count. And another loss. Okay, really pushing the system now. Let's see what happens. We are going from 8 to 13. 13 on each street, that is. All right, we got a total bet of $65. And we are currently minus 96. But we are playing with a $500 bankroll. Will it or can it come back? It looks like it's set up to come back off of one hit. So we were at 13. We're going up to 21. If I could put the bet placement right. 21 on each single street. All right, we got a total bet of $105. We are currently minus 161. Oh, and an ugly green number came up. Okay, so we are going to rebet. We were at 21. We're going to go ahead and put a $10 chip. And we're going to add 3 to make it 34 each spot. Let me see if I got it right. Yeah, I got it right. All right, we definitely need to get a hit right here. We're currently minus 266. And boom, we got it. $238 profit. He said on any win, you reset back to base. So we're going to do that. We didn't accumulate all our profit back. We're still currently minus 28. But let's go back to the base bet. All right, so 5 streets, $1 a piece. We're going left to right. And let's see what we get here. There's a nice hit right off the bat. Beautiful. So what we're going to do is we are going to take that one off. And we're going to walk the streets left to right. So this is the first time we're doing this. But we start off with a super long streak of losses. Let's see, can it come back? Currently at minus 21. All right, we got a 28 black. That's a loss. After our first loss, we're going to hold the bet at 1, following the sequence. There's another miss with a 20. So now we're just going to simply double up, basically putting 2 units on each of the 5 streets. So you always have 15 numbers covered. And another loss with a 22 black. Now we go to 3 units each single street. This is spin number 20. And you know what? I said it earlier. I should have switched to the other side. But I'm going to hold my bets right here. We got 3 goes to 5. $25 total bet, spin 21. We're currently down minus 56. And those high numbers keep coming out. Let's see how resilient this system can be. Can it come back? Will it come back? Will it end in profit? That's why we test in this long format. We want to battle test these before we invest. Remember, that's what this is about. Modifying them. Some of them are worth modifying. Others are not. I see some potential here. Let's see what happens in this test. And then, of course, we'll get your feedback. So we were at 8. Let's throw a $5 chip on there and call it 13. 13 a piece. Just following Fibonacci sequence. And come on, let's get a hit right now. We're overdue. Nope. 25 red comes out. All right. So then we go ahead and we'll just add another $5 chip. Add 3 more, call it 21 on each of the single streets. All right, total bet is 105. Currently minus 186. And I think that's a hit. I'm pretty sure that is that. Look at that. $147 hit. Still not quite in session profit. You know, on those long losing streaks. And I feel like if I switch the sides of the board, Same thing's going to happen, but let's just go ahead and go to the opposite side of the board. Let's see if we have any better luck on this side. And we did. We started off with the win. Okay. So that's $7. We're going to repeat the bet. We're going to peel that single street off, and we're going to walk it over here to our left now since we started on the right side. And that's a 23 red. That is a hit. We're going to go ahead and collect that. And we're going to walk that street. We're going to peel that one off because that's and then we're going to walk it over here to the left. Remember, we are still at our base level bet. We're only increasing on losses. And we got another hit. Okay, so maybe it was better to switch sides. It's panning out pretty well. All right, let's peel that one off. And let's just move it to the left. Currently at minus 18. But we've been on a pretty good run, so let's see what happens from here on forward. All right, we got 7 right there. We're going to go ahead and collect. We're going to peel this street off. And we're going to walk it to our left. So that is a 3 red. We missed there, so we're going to keep our bet here. This is spin 30. 11 black comes up, and that is a hit. Beautiful. So we're going to repeat. We're going to go ahead and take that one off and slide it to the left. Currently, so now we are chopping back at remember, we only peaked out at 4 after that long losing streak. So let's see what happens here. And it looks like it's now the table has turned and is helping us out. So let's peel that one off and then move that to the shift that to the left. We're still at our base level bet. Maybe just had a super rough start. Let's see how it pans out. All right, there's a loss right there, so we're going to hold our bet here at $1 one more time. There's a 16 red, and that's a hit, baby. Let's go. Back to even. That was a little rough ride, but let's see how this continues. We're going to slide that to the left, the next opening street that's available. We're at spin 35 at this point. And we get a 18 red. So we are going to spin again. We're second level in the sequence. So it goes 1-1. And that is a 10. That is also a covered number. Beautiful. So since switching sides, we've been on a winning streak. All right, back to base because we got a hit right there. So you start the sequence over. Finally hit that 35. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and peel that one off, and we're going to slide it to the left. Now we are in a new session high. Doesn't sound like much. It's at $9, but you know what? It is now. It did come back from a deep losing streak. So we hit that 25. We're simply going to shift it over to the left, walk in the streets, one step at a time. And we just hit that street. So the bet stays here one more time. Second level of the sequence is also 1. This is spin number 40. We're nearly halfway there. We got a 7 red. Beautiful hit right there. Let's see. Brand new session profit. $18. Beautiful. Now, I don't like when we get on long losing streaks in real life, but on the simulator app, it's nice to kind of see the resiliency and can they come back or can they not. That's why we test on this channel. We lost right there, so the bet the bet stays the same because we got that win on the 7. Okay, second level in the sequence is also 1. All right, now we're gonna have to double up. That's gonna add 2 units on each of the 5 streets. So repeat the bet, double, and let's get a hit right here. We don't want to go deep in the progression. That could be very stressful. And we got it. That's a nice $14 return. We are up into a new session profit, guys. 22 bucks. We are going to see what hit last. Okay, so 5 hit last. We're going to back up all. Actually, we could reset. We could reset. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go left to right. Seems like the high numbers were still hitting. So let's go ahead and put 5 single streets over here and start. I think I placed it right. I thought I saw $8. Let's see what happens. So our high is 22. Instead of $8 bet. Yeah, sometimes this thing wigs out like that. Okay, we lost that one. So we're going to go ahead and keep our bet here at $1 a piece. We're at the halfway point of 45 spins. Uh-oh. Now those low numbers want to come out. So now we go to 2 on each. Okay. Lost again. We level up in the progression, now $3 a piece. That is a high number, and we got it with a 21. Beautiful. So we are up into a new session profit of 23. So we go ahead and reset back to base. I'm gonna switch sides of the board. I'm gonna go over here on the low numbers. I'm gonna keep going back on resets. So 5 streets covered, sorry. Back to base level. All right, we got a 30. I'm gonna make an executive decision to this strategy, and I'm gonna switch sides of the board, following the winner. And we got a 16. That would have been a miss either way. So I'm gonna hold over here. We're gonna level up. Now we go up to 2 units a piece. Spin number 50. All right, we got the hit right there. So we are going back to base. Base level bet. New session profit is at 27. And spin again. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hold the bet here on this side of the board. This is level 2 in the sequence. And we got a 9. Now this goes up 3 apiece. Or I mean 2 apiece, sorry. We're at the 3rd level. That's $2 each. Aha! I was tempted to switch sides of the board, but I held the bet there and it paid off. New session profits at $31. We will collect and rebet. We're going back to base and keep it safe. I do like these strategies that have 1 win resets. It's easy to follow. You don't have to necessarily keep track of profit. I do that to show and share at the end of each video. We are at level 2 in the sequence. Spin 55. 16 red is another miss. I'm going to hold this side of the board. I'm going to rebet, and we're going to bump it up 2 apiece. And we got it with a 24. Nice. Let's see what that put us at. New session profit is at 35 bucks. I'm going to go ahead and hold this side of the board. I like it. It's panning out. And as you can see through this session, it's been hitting more times on the high side than the low side. At least that's what it feels like. I'm not tracking every single spin like that. All right. Nice win right there. So we're going to keep our bet here. And since we're at base level, at the base level, we're going to slide the bet over because that one hit. Walking the streets. That's where he get the name from. Right to left. New session profits at 42 bucks. We are near his goal. His goal is 50 bucks and walk. I'm pretty sure we might get there. Okay, so we lost there, right? Next level in the sequence stays right here at $1 a piece. Beautiful, nice hit right there. So we are going to peel that one off. And I think this is how he would play it, filling the next gap or the next available, going right to left. But Joe Stewart, if I'm not doing it right, correct me in the comments. This is spin number 60. I am human. I do make mistakes. Okay, that is a 20. So it is another win. And boom, just like that, guys. We are new session profit. We did hit his profit goal, 51 bucks. He would have checked out. It survived. We're still there at that base level. So let's go ahead and peel this street off and slide it over here to the left. All right, that is a 30 red, and that's another hit. Beautiful. We're going to rebet. We're still holding our bet at $1 a piece, but then we peel off what hit last, and we're going to walk over to the left. All right, I don't want to leave the high streets, but we are in a new session profit at 65 bucks. So let's go ahead and follow what he was, what I interpreted, how he told me to run the system. Okay, spin 63. New session high is at 65 bucks. We got a 22 black. There's another $7 win. So we're going to go ahead and collect, and we're going to walk that street over to the left. Always keeping 5 streets covered. 72 is the new session high. Lost that one, so we're going to hold the bet here. We got a 13 black. Is that covered? It sure is. All right, so we're going to keep our bet at $1, but we're going to walk that street over here to the left. New session profits up to 74 bucks. And 24 is a miss. No worries. We're going to hold the bet here at $1 a piece for one more spin. And we got a 4. There's another loss. Okay. Rebet. We're going to double up. Level 3 in the sequence. There is another loss, so we're going to go from 2 to 3 on each of the streets. Total bet is 15 bucks, and we are at spin 70. We are near the end. 25 red comes up, and we got that one covered. New session profit is 75 bucks. We're going to go back to base and keep it safe. Base level bet is $5 on 5 single streets. Let's see how we end this video. That is a 0. Simply rebet, spin. And we got the hit right there. So at this level, we're going to peel that street off, and we're going to walk it to the left. $31 black is another hit. Beautiful, nice little win streak. We're not changing our bet. We're simply walking the streets. Okay, there's another hit. We'll take it. Nice little winning streak. Let's slide that one over to the left. We're at spin 75. We have 15 to go. We are in a new session profit at $91. 29 black hits. Another win. Beautiful. Walk it to the left. New session is at 98. Another win here, and we get into a new session profit, but we missed. So we missed that one. We're going to keep our bet here. And we got a 36 red, and that is a win, guys. So we are going to peel that one off and walk it to the left. We're right at $100 in profit. It's working out great. We did have a super rough start. So far, I'm pretty impressed with this. We lost there, so we're going to hold our bet at $1 a piece. And that is uncovered now. So from here, we're going to go double the bet, adding 2 units on each of the streets. This is spin number 80. We have 10 to go. So I'm 100% sure it's going to survive the test. But I don't want to speak too soon. 10 losses could bankrupt us, but I don't think it will. So we lost right there. We're going to go ahead and add 1 unit apiece, bumping that to 3 units each. And there's another loss. Now we go 3 to 5. $22 blacks a hit. $35 hit. Beautiful. We are back to our high, which is 100. So we're going to go back to base and keep it safe. And let's just roll with these high numbers. I just feel like they're coming out a little bit more. We got 7 spins to go. That is an 18 red, and that is a loss. We're going to hold our bet right here. And back-to-back losses, so we are going to have to increase again. There's a hit, 34 red. That's a $14 hit, so we're going to go ahead and go back to base. And the new session profit is now at $104. And we got another hit. Let's see if we can win out like this. That'd be nice. We hit right there, so we're going to walk the street. There is a loss. That 6 came out again, so we're going to hold the bet right here at $1 a piece. We're almost wrapping up the video, so it's definitely going to survive the survival test, no doubt about it. Actually, there was a little doubt early on. All right, so we hit that one. We're going to peel it off and walk the street to the left. After this spin, we have 1 more to go. We are in the high of 113. Did we get it with the 19 red? We sure did. Okay. Actually, I think I said I have 1 more. Oh, boy. Maybe I lost track. This is the last spin for sure. 120 is the session high. 23 red. Is that a hit? Boom. Okay, we ended on a hit. Beautiful. Let's see what that put us at. Let's look at the stats. Looks like we made $127 in profit. Okay. We'll go over this a little bit and review what I just witnessed. It was very heavy on the high sides. So if I had any input, maybe not necessarily walking the streets, but maybe once you pass, or you can walk the streets. I like that idea of constantly shifting and moving your bets. But maybe once you start hitting that progression and you're trying to recoup losses, maybe flip-flop or read the board. Because if it's streaking on one side, it might be best just to jump on that wave and try to, ride that wave out. If it's chopping, it's actually going to benefit this system. So final thoughts on this, I think the progression's sound for the coverage, because you got 3 streets times 5, you got 15 numbers total covered. We did push the bankroll a little bit. We got deep in the hole. I got to look back. I think it was around minus 266. So it's not like a super safe or super long progression, but I think it is long enough. There's always that balance, guys. I always talk about that risk to reward balance. Obviously, if you're playing 11 streets, you're going to win a bunch of money, but those hits, man, those hits hurt. And then with that system specifically, a lot of people like to uh, triple, not just martingale and double the bets, triple, because then they start chasing losses. And if you get like 2 or 3 bad numbers rolling that way, damn, you're in the hole a lot. You pretty much abort or you're all in until you lose your bankroll. I like this one. This one's a nice little balance. 15 numbers, a little bit more than covering a dozens. The payouts are great. And any win resets you. I also like that too, because there are longer progressions that you don't reset after a single win. Sometimes it takes multiple wins to get you back to where you once were, back to your profit. So with that being said, I do like this one. It has a fairly long progression considering it's covering 15 numbers. But like always, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments. That's the reason why I run these videos in the longer format, to show potential pros and cons of every system. And this did have pros. You've seen there, we started off really rough, but it did rebound all those and recoup all those losses. And we still ended up making money. It's not a ton of money, but like he has this geared for a $500 bankroll to make 50 bucks. And that's something I've been often talking about, is because I think we get too greedy, and that plays into the hand of the casinos. They already have it set up where they have a house edge. We give them more house edge, basically letting that greed take over our mind. And I understand if you're far from a casino, I understand playing that way as well. A lot of us do have the luxury of playing online. If you don't, some of you may be near a casino. Like I got lucky. I moved out here maybe 3-4 years ago, and they, like 2 years ago, they built a casino within a mile. I could literally ride my electric scooter over there. I don't, because right now it's super hot, but that's how close it is. But anyways, like always, I'm always getting long-winded and talking, but I'm trying to help you guys out with this. And I'm not no pro. I just want to make that very clear. I'm not a pro, but I'm very invested in this, and I'm very invested in finding the best strategies out there and taking back what we earned. Casinos have robbed us for too many years. I'm trying to change that. So if you guys are on board, like and subscribe. Check out the new channel, because that software is really groundbreaking stuff, guys. So like always, till next time, be cool, stay cool, peace.